everyone, and welcome to the Fiber Fables Knitting Podcast. My name is Faith, and I'm a knitter living here in Kansas, and this is my space where I talk all about my knitting. Today I have a vlog for you guys. So I'll just be taking you through everything I do throughout the week, mostly knitting related. I do throw in some other things sometimes. Terry's right here, you just saw her ears. I'm right by the window and I'm sitting on the floor. So I thought that I would talk about my knitting plans for August. I'm sorry about my hair. It's been in a braid and I took the braid out because it was kind of messy, and I just took pictures of my anchor tee. So this is what my August plans look like. Wait, first I'm gonna go over the things I did in July. So I didn't finish anything that I wanted to finish in July, and I cast on all of my plans. So I cast on the ripple bralette, but we know I frogged that, and I cast on the cumulus blouse, the camisole number 8, and my terrazzo sweater. I didn't buy any yarn in July, but so I started July with 331 skeins of yarn in my stash, and I took out 13, so I ended July with 318. So that's how July went. And for August, I want to finish my terrazzo sweater. I wanted to finish my anchor tee. I obviously did that. I want to finish my Moss Haven sweater. That's a test knit that I have, and it's due August 20th or 24th. It's one of those. And I also want to finish my Una sweater. I'll go get that in a minute. That's the project that I'm working on today. I'm on the body ribbing. I'm about halfway through. And then I just have the other sleeve to do, and it's a short sleeve, so I'll be able to hopefully finish that today. And I want to get the body done on my Fiola. I want to join in the round on my camisole number 8. I want to get a sleeve done, or the sleeve done on my waffle loop sweater, and I want to get 25 repeats done on my woodstone wrap. It's an 8 rounds, it's an 8-row repeat. And when I knit on my woodstone wrap, like I knit on my woodstone wrap. So, yeah. And my cast-ons for August is my halibut sweater. I already cast that on. The Faye summer top, the summer secret crop, and my stages pullover. I also have to fit in a gift knit somewhere because I really need to start doing that. I have over 10 gift knits that I need to do. So, yeah. And I also have to knit my boyfriend a sweater, and then someone that he works with wants a sweater, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll knit you a sweater, whatever. And someone asked, I think Saoirse asked, I was supposed to do a knit in chat last week and I did not. So I just thought I would answer some of her questions here. She asked how I typically plan for my knits. So before I got into this extremely organized system that I have that is ADHD fueled, I would just cast on whatever. I didn't really have a plan. At the time I was really annoyed with people who talked about intentional knitting, and I was like, it's a hobby. Who cares? But now I feel like this is more of a hobby because the only thing that I do outside of work is knit. So, and it started last year when I wanted to attempt to get everything off my needles, and I had a really organized system of working on one project every single day. Oh, it's raining. So then I just carried it over into this year. So, but how I plan things, specifically like new cast-ons, is I go through my yarn stash and I pick a yarn, you know, out of the millions of skeins that I have, I pick a yarn and I go through my pattern list and I pick something. And then I add it to my knitting basket of yarn. That's turned into my cube. And whenever I put all of the skeins of yarn in there that I'll need for the project, so that way I can take pictures of it like all together. And then I only leave one skein in there and I pack the rest away. So then when that box starts to get empty, I wouldn't say empty, just like it's not filled to the brim anymore because I'm taking all of like the yarn balls out after I've taken pictures. I start to add more in, and I'll just pick a yarn and pick a pattern and put it in there. And I've been doing really good at sticking with my plan and using the yarn for the project. Using the yarn for the pattern that I wanted to do. I forgot what other question that she asked. Let me find it. Sorry if the angle is changing a little bit. Yeah, that was pretty much the question she asked, and she asked how I was liking Kansas. And I'll be completely honest, I miss Wyoming so much. I'm enjoying it. I like that I'm living with my boyfriend now, and I will admit it's been difficult. Because we haven't really lived together before. We lived together for 3 months when we were living with my sister in Michigan. But this is like the first time where it's like just us. And it's like a whole different way of getting to know each other. So it's been a little bit difficult, and it's really hard for me to live with people. Like, I get really into my routines and stuff like that, and when they're disrupted, I go crazy. I feel comfortable saying this because by the time this video is put up, he'll be back, but I'm alone here for 2 weeks, and it's been nice. It gets a little spooky at night, but you know. But no, today I will be knitting on my Una sweater and catching up on my podcast. Hello everyone. I'm going to make enchiladas, and I'm going to show you how I make enchiladas. They're in no way authentic enchiladas. They are white girl enchiladas, and I will be showing you how I make them. So first, I don't know if you can see, but I preheat the oven to 375. I don't bake them in the oven, really. It's really just like melt the cheese and like make everything come together. So it's at 375. And I'm using beef. This is a pound of beef. I'm sorry it's bloody, and I'm sorry that I'm sorry. Normally I use chicken, but the only chicken I have are chicken drumsticks because I somehow managed to lose an entire thing of chicken breast. But beef. And I'm just going to season it with this truffle salt. This brand of seasoning is my favorite. Ignore that, it's not mine. And then mozzarella cheese. And I'm going to be making some refried beans with them. And this is my favorite enchilada sauce. And then obviously you need tortillas. Sorry, we're like up close and personal now, okay? My allergies have flared up for no reason, and my face is breaking out, so I apologize for the state that we're in right now. So, I'm just going to cook the beef real quick. You should probably start the refried beans before, but I want to get this ground up first and seasoned. There's Terry. I wonder if I should like point the camera at what I'm doing. I've never done this before. Okay. You'll obviously need a pan. And what I like to do is I like to put a layer of this on the bottom of the pan so that way you don't have to spray it. And then I'm just letting the refried beans just warm up a little bit. When the beef is done, I'll drain it because it gets greasy and I don't want grease in my enchiladas. And then I'll lay out all my tortillas and I'll put the refried beans, the beef, and the cheese, roll them up, put them in the pan, put the enchilada sauce over it, and then put some more cheese on top. And then we'll put it in the oven for like 10 minutes. Hello everyone, it is the next day, it's Sunday. I just got out of the shower, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be more thorough with my vlogging, making the most out of my boyfriend not being here, and I go back to work on Wednesday and it's my 4 days of work next week, so I know that I won't be coming home and vlogging. So I'm trying to get all of this content for this vlog until Tuesday. So, yeah. I did not finish my Una sweater yesterday. I think I have like 10 more rows of it's not stockinette, it's broken rib. So I have 10 more rows of that before I do the decreases for the sleeve and start the ribbing. But that'll just be saved for another day. Even if I'm so close to finishing a project, it's not going to carry over into the next day, because if I do that, then I feel like I'm going to do that with every single project that I have, and that I'm not staying true to my very organized schedule of working on one project every single day. So, and it'll just be like a serotonin boost for when I do work on that project that day. I can finish it and then cast on something new, because that's how my projects work. When I finish something that day, I block it and then I cast on one of my future cast-ons that I have planned out for the month. So Terry's playing right now. So yeah. I have a pile of sweaters that need to be reblocked and or just washed. So I'll be doing that. I have some things that I want to rip out today. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys before, but I have 2 garbage bags full of projects that need to be frogged. So I might do that today. It's just gonna be a chill day. I have so many things to do tomorrow. I have laundry, I have some adult things to do tomorrow, and then, so today's gonna be a relaxing day. Tomorrow's gonna be my running around day, and Tuesday is going to be another relaxing day. So today I'm working on my Farnesina socks. I cast on my second one like just now. But I finished the first one this morning. I had like 2 more decreases to do on the toe. and it's finished. I tried it on and it's a little tight. At first I thought that I made the foot too short because when I put it on, it felt like the heel was like right here on my foot, but it wasn't. It was like right where it needed to be. That's why I love slip stitch heels, because they just fit really good on my heel. But I think it's just the cable and the texture that's just making it a little tight, but I know after I block this, it'll be fine. So I'm not too worried. But yeah, I'm happy that I finished one. Normally it takes me about a couple weeks to knit socks, but since these are have a little bit more going on, they've taken me a little bit longer, and I have no business wearing wool socks right now. So I'm not too upset that I haven't finished a pair in a while. My next pair is going to be vanilla socks, and I'm gonna go get it real quick. So my next sock is just going to be a vanilla sock, and I'm going to use the Treehouse Knits Spruce sock, which is a 75/25, and this is the Scranton What color that I got 2 sock sets from her office collection. So this is going to be the main color, and I'm so excited to use this, and then this is just the contrast color. I'm thinking of just doing contrast rib and toes for this. So yeah, I'm so excited to have a vanilla sock, because then I can take it to work. I don't really have any like mindless stockinette projects to bring to work with me, because I can only knit on my 15-minute breaks and on my lunch break. So I'd like to have something mindless, but I've just been bringing whatever, and I just bring it for the whole week, so that way it's not just like an hour and a half of very minimal progress, and then, you know. So yeah, I'm hoping, I have very high hopes of finishing the second sock today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think a realistic goal is getting to the heel. So we'll see. But yeah, I really want to make some reels, but I never know what is good for a reel. Like, I have a clip of me doing Italian bind off, but I don't know if that's enough for a reel. Like, who's gonna watch that? I love Italian bind off. It's probably my favorite thing. And I know most people don't like it, but yeah. Anyway. I'm going to knit and catch up on some more podcasts. And I will talk to you guys later. Hello everyone. Sorry for this weird angle. I'm in the knitting room / boyfriend's storage room. Am I not in focus? I just made it worse. I'm sorry for the artificial light. It is another extremely foggy and rainy day. I thought it was summer, but I guess not. So I thought I would share with you how far I got on my socks yesterday. I did what I thought I would do. I got the heel finished and now I'm just working on the foot. I finished my gusset decreases and I have 5 more repeats to do of the pattern before I start the toe. So this should be done the next time I work on it, depending on, I don't know, but that should be done soon. I'm super excited because now that it's gonna be fall soon, I want to work on some more socks, and I have so much sock yarn, which I actually, now that I think about it, I kind of want to show you guys all of my sock yarn, so I will. And I also just miss my vanilla socks, and it'd be a really good project to take to work and stuff. So I also need to show you the 3 projects that I chose to rip out. I try to do 3 every month just because there's a lot of them. But remember at the beginning of the year, my dream knit for the beginning of the year was to knit the zipper sweater. And I'm going to be casting that on again in September. The reason why it didn't work out is because I cast on, this is so embarrassing, I cast on double the amount of stitches for the collar. And I knit, like I even like folded it together and stuff, like I did the 8 inches, folded it together, and I was like, wow, this looks really big. So this is the yarn that's still attached to it, and then there's a whole nother skein in here. So I need to rip this out, and I'll probably, I don't think I'll wash it, just because it'd only be washing 1 skein of yarn. So I'll deal with how like noodly it is and do the collar again. Hopefully cast on the right amount of stitches and start again. I couldn't find a zipper that matched this color, so I have an off-white kind of cream colored zipper somewhere that I'll still use. It's one of those invisible zippers, so you would only see like, I mean, I guess you wouldn't really see it at all because there's a facing in the sweater. Let me see if I can find it. It's this. And I guess it isn't the invisible zipper. Oh well. I mean, it's kind of like a beige. But I couldn't find one. And every time I try to buy something off of the Petite Knit shop, my card always declines, even though I have money to. So I don't know if my bank is just weird and doesn't let me. Did I only put mascara under one of my, okay, never mind. So yeah, that's something that I need to frog. And last year I was going to knit the Fjord Tee by Ulan Knitwear in this yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's their authentic hand-dyed merino. I might still use it, but I'm just going to take this out, wind it back up again. Maybe I'll still use this yarn for it. I don't know. We'll see. I really like the color though. It's like white base with pink variations and blue speckles in it. I know winding yarn into a ball is very bad for it, and it's been like this for almost a year. But I don't care. So, and I thought this was just going to be a finished project anyway, but I'll take it out and maybe this will become a Fjord Tee again. I have no clue. And then the other one if you've been watching me I've been podcasting for a year and I didn't even realize it. And I still only have 200 subscribers. Great. Anyway. You may remember that I test knit the ornament sweater by Melanie Reinert of the Knit Stitch. I test knit this and I never wore it. It doesn't have German short rows in it. It was too short. The sleeves were too short. So I'm ripping it out, obviously. And I already know what I'm going to use the leftovers for. I'm going to wash all of the skeins. But there may or may not be another Irene Lynn knit along happening in September. I think it also kind of happened like a little bit last minute. I texted Jenny a couple days ago and I was like, hey, like, what if we just did another knit along? And she was like, absolutely, let's do it in September. And I was like, wow, okay, let's do it. So I don't have too many Irene Lynn patterns and I haven't been able to get any patterns this month, unfortunately. But I do have the rain vest and I have a dress that would look so good with this yarn. So this is like a beige oatmeal kind of color. And so I'm going to rip all of this out, wash the yarn, and I'll be able to cast on the rain vest. I think I'll do the cropped version. I'll show you guys I'm just gonna go get the dress, hold on. So I think I wore this in a previous vlog, but it's this brown wrap dress with these like flowers on it, and I think this would be really good as like a beige vest to go over it in the fall. So the thing about slipovers and vests for me is I don't know what to wear under it. Like, I know turtlenecks look really good. And I would want some fun colored vests. It's just pairing colors together scares me. So, yeah. I'm going to get all of my sock yarn together and I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you could see that gigantic pile behind me, but that's all my sock yarn. And I think I'm forgetting one. So I'd say this is a pretty good mix of commercial and hand-dyed yarn. I always like to have a good mix of those two because I can't always afford hand-dyed yarn, and there's still a lot of really good options of sock yarn that aren't hand-dyed and that are still really pretty. So let me just grab a pile and bring it over here. I'll try to tell you how long I've had these sock yarns. Everything in my stash I've had for a year or under a year, which is crazy that I've acquired so much in a kind of little amount of time. I also straightened my hair for the first time in a long time today. It's not like 100% straight because it's raining outside, but I can't wait for my hair to be super long. I'm not cutting it this year, so we'll see what it looks like at the end of the year. Terry's meowing at the door. Anyways, so I have this skein. The lighting's gonna be so bad. I'm so sorry. But this is just a black yarn. Let me see if I can adjust a little bit. Black yarn from Wool and Vine. I'm really interested to try her yarn because it's a 80% superwash Blueface Luster and 20% nylon. I'm thinking of doing a pair of textured socks with this. And next is something that I bought off of Abby when she did a D-stash. And this is Zen Yarn Garden Serenity 20, which is a 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And this is in the color Fairyland. And I got this last year around, I think it was November? I'm not sure. And I just recently got this one from her. It's the Heritage Prince 7525. This is in the color the 80s. It's a little self-striping yarn. And this is Fuzzy Peach Fibers Soft Sock, which is a 7525. I got this in her Interstellar collection. This is called Karina. Abby, I still need to send you your skein, and I still need to split that hot pink skein in half for both of us so that we can have a contrast color. I still need to send this to her because I have another one over there for her. And this is also Fuzzy Peach Fibers. This is called Midsummer. It's in her 7525 base. I've complained about this yarn because I hate how much white is in here. This one I recently got from Abby. It's Lorna's Laces. It's Lorna's Laces Soulmate, which is a 55% merino wool, 15% nylon, 30% viscose. It's in the color Zombie Barbecue, which is fun. Also, these are in no particular order. I just put them all right here and we're just gonna go through them. So this is Treehouse Knits from our office collection. This is called World's Best Boss. I'm super excited to use this. This is a 7525 merino nylon. And this is also from Wool & Vine. Her footsie base, this is Pimpernel. It's a really pretty yarn. Let me bring some more over. Okay. This is Patton's Croy Socks in the color Gentry Gray. I was thinking of doing a textured sock with this. I've had that since October of last year. I bought it when I visited my boyfriend when he was living in Newcastle. I miss Wyoming so much. I don't know how to tell you. Looking at this yarn makes me sad. I recently shared this yarn. It's Palmer Yarn Co. Soft Sock Set, which is an 80/20 in the color Fable. And this is Knotty Pine Fiber. I bought this with my Moonset tee. This is the Bighorn sock. This is in the color Deep Woods. It's a really dark green. I was thinking of doing a textured sock with this, but I think I might just do stockinette. This is the last Wool & Vine yarn that I have. This is Stellar Banshee. Very, very pretty. And I have some Lang Yavel. I think this is the color Gingerbread. Yep, Gingerbread. I was thinking of doing a textured sock with this. Maybe the Petal Drop socks. I don't know. And this is yarn from Birch Grove. This is her 80/20 sock base. This is Vista and this is Harvest. They're very beautiful together. I can't wait to knit this up. I have some more Patton's Croy. This is in the color Clover Colors. It's like the green and orange and red mix. And I have Blackbird Sycamore, Wyoming Cowboys. Really pretty. I really like the speckles in it. I have some more Patton's Croy in the color Gray Brown Marl. I think I might do some rib socks out of these. I don't know. I have some more Birch Grove. This is Amethyst and Peridot. This is her 75/25 base. Lang Super Socks. I knit my boyfriend some socks for his birthday in this yarn, and I have another one left over that I'll be using for myself. Fuzzy Peach Fibers, Gunsind. This is what I'm using for my Birds of a Feather shawl. I'm gonna use the remainder skein that I have and hold it with a mohair to knit a hat, and then I'll be using this skein for socks. So yeah. This is Yarn Bee Authentic Hand Dyed. It's 100% superwash merino, but I have had some really good luck with my superwash merino socks with no nylon, and they've held up amazing. So I'll be using this for a pair of socks. And this is Blackbird Sycamore Elevated. I have a skein that's caked up that I'll use for socks first, but I thought I'd show you what it looks like when it's skeined up. I love how tight her skeins are because I hate the loosely twisted skeins that just fall apart. Hers are wound very tightly and I really like them. And I have Knitted Wit sock yarn. I showed you the minis that I'll be using for this in a previous podcast, but this is going to be really fun. I got this from Abby. And this is Shuffle Zauberball Crazy. This is in the color, it says Herbstwind, but I think it's autumn something. I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking of doing a ribbed sock for this. And this is just a 75-25. Oh, it literally has the translation right here, Autumn Wind. Yeah, it's a 75-25 2-ply. And I have this mystery yarn from Abby. Based off of the ply, I'm assuming that it's just 100% superwash wool. I'm still gonna use it for socks. I have no idea what brand it is or the color name, but it's gorgeous. I think this might be 100 grams. I'm not sure, but I'm going to make socks with it. And then I have another Yarn Bee. I have two of these. I was going to knit my boyfriend a pair of socks first, and then we'll see what's left over for me. And then this is another Blackbird Sycamore yarn. This is Spice Market, which I think is gorgeous. So, and then the last one, which I think is going to be the next pair after my pastel rainbow colored sock from Treehouse Knits. So this is going to be the next sock, I believe, because I've had this for a while. This is Casual Fashion Queen. It's a 70-20 superwash merino, and then there's 5% stellina, and this is the color Moon Age Daydream. And it's really pretty. So I think this might be my next sock, but I kind of have like a sock rotation going. So I'll do a vanilla sock, and then I'll do one of like my own patterns. So like patterns that I've self-drafted have been my 3x1 rib sock. So I might do another 3x1 rib sock, and if I do, it won't be with this yarn because I want this for a vanilla sock. And then I'll go back to a vanilla sock, and then I'll do like a pattern sock that I have. Like I have the Lucia socks by Sari Nordland, and then I'll go back to a vanilla sock, and then I'll make up another self-drafted pattern for myself, and then it's like goes right back to the beginning vanilla sock. Wait, no, whatever. ADHD fueled. I feel like I've been crooked this whole time. But yeah, I've had this for a while. But I think since my next sock after my vanilla sock is gonna be textured, I think I'll use this because I want to do a ribbed sock with this yarn, but we'll see. Now I get to put all of this back, which will be fun. But I just thought I'd show you because I don't post sock yarn. I don't post like my sock project plans on Instagram at all, so I thought I would show you my entire stash of sock yarn. I love knitting socks and I love having a collection of sock yarn just because it's a really good go-to project for me. So I hope you enjoyed. I did go try to get my driver's license today, but it was really busy. They told me to come back at 1. I tried to schedule an appointment online, but I couldn't find anything that would help me with that. So she just told me to come back at 1, so I'll go back there at 1. When I have things to do, I want to get them done first thing in the morning. So I'll go back at 1 and hopefully it won't be busy. And then I can just get my car registered and then I'll be done, hopefully, with all the adult things that I have to do for a very long time. Also, the Farnesina socks that I'm knitting with is Sorella Superwash wool and the color Alpine. And I've talked at length about how much it bleeds and how much I hate it. It does not wash off. They are still stained from yesterday. I've washed my hands several times. I have showered. Nothing will get this dye off of my hands. I'm going to put my yarn away. And I'm going to knit and catch up on some podcasts. So I'll see you guys later. Hello everyone, today is the last day of the vlog. It is Tuesday and I thought I would jump on and talk for a little bit. I finished my champagne cardigan. It's blocking right now. I'm starting to block my knits now for 30 minutes. I used to do it for 15, but ever since I've started blocking them for 30 minutes, they've been turning out a little bit more nicer. The button band is just a little bit tight and I hope that gets turned around a little bit after it's done drying. So yeah, so that means since I finished something, I get to do a new cast on. And my next plan was to make the face summer top. And the yarn I will be using is Yarn Bee Bambootiful in the color Cerulean Sea. I'm going to need to pick up another one of these. My size has changed and it calls for some more yarn, so I'll just have to pick up maybe 1 or 2 more. I'm not sure yet, so I'll be casting that on shortly. I did some grocery shopping this morning and I also did my laundry. And I just finished the dishes. I have nothing else that I need to do today. So I'll just be trying to get as much done on my face summer top. My friends and I were all knitting this together, so that will be fun. But yeah, I'm catching up on podcasts some more today and I'll just be knitting.